Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Happy Times Podcast. My name is Joey Kidney. Let's get going.
Welcome to the Happy Times Podcast.
Welcome back to the Happy Times Podcast, everybody. Like I said, my name is Joey Kidney, and welcome. I'm very happy to be back and talking to everybody today. And today we're going to be talking about 5 healthy habits. And don't worry, you didn't misread that or hear that. I'm going to actually talk to you about things that especially that I've dealt with, that I've always thought that, they were really, really bad. They were just like awful and, we shouldn't be doing them. And there's a lot of things, and everything that I'm going to mention is obviously easier said than done. And it's also, everything's like in moderation. So if I like, for example, like they say that this isn't one of my things, but they say that drinking coffee is like amazing for you. But obviously, if you only drink coffee, it's not going to be amazing. And they also say drinking wine, like a glass of wine for dinner or whatever, that's also really good. And it helps a bunch of stuff, your heart and all that. And obviously, if you only drink wine, then that's not going to be good. So keep in mind that everything is similar to that, as everything is good in moderation. But other than that, let's get started. I feel like I have one more announcement, and it is that I am coming out with new merch. New merch is coming out. It's gonna be it's gonna be a hoodie, and it's gonna be a navy blue hoodie. I will let you guys know more on Instagram, so just follow me at Joey Kidney. And there's lots of stuff coming. I'm gonna be uploading on this podcast on YouTube as well. Which, if you're watching on YouTube, hello, that's amazing. You can go subscribe. Just search up the Happy Times Podcast, and it'll be right there. So, I think let's just get into it. Let's do it. So my first one is actually using social media. Now, like I said, obviously there's both good and bad. If you're addicted to social media, which I think we all are, unless you're, you want to like a parent, then I think you're just not addicted because you have to spend too much time watching your kids. But if there's so many benefits I find to using social media, and for the longest time I thought it was like such an awful thing to use. I thought that we would always be checking it, and posting about our lives isn't necessarily the best thing. But then I think about the times where I meet somebody, and I think about the specific time where when I was in Italy with my brother and my best friend, and we were traveling, and we missed our train at the Amalfi Coast. We missed our bus, and then that bus missed our train, and so we couldn't make it back to Naples, which is where we were staying, and we had nowhere to stay, and we ended up staying with meeting Canadians on the bus, and we stayed with them, and it was like a lifesaver. And the only way we could stay in contact with them was through social media, so we started following them, and now we still stay in contact. And so that's all the only reason we still stay in contact is because of social media. So it's awesome, it's amazing. It helps with our human connection, and like I said, use in moderation. So it's amazing. Like, I don't watch the news. I hate the news. Like, I hate watching like CTV news. I'm not a fan of it. Yes, I've been featured on CTV and Global and all these other places, and that's great. But I don't like the news because I think all they talk about is bad things. All they talk about is stuff in a negative way. They don't talk about the puppy that made you smile. They talk about a bomb that went off. And yes, it's serious, but they don't really have a half and half of good and bad news on the news. It's always bad. And I find if I go on Twitter and I search through the news on there, or if I'm reading Apple News or something like that, I think social media it also moderates, and it gives you the news that is based on your interests as well. So it's not just random stuff. So I think reading the news on like Twitter or on Instagram or even in Apple News, that's been really beneficial to me, because I don't want to just sit there and listen to people, talk about something that they don't want to talk about, but they're getting paid to. I want to read something about an article that somebody actually wrote, and all of that. So I think for me, social media is beneficial because I can read my news and I can stay connected with my friends. And I will talk a little bit about the dopamine effect that you get from that. So when you get an Instagram like on Instagram on your phone through social media, you do your dopamine level boosts. And actually nowadays we get more we get basically a little high from receiving a like on Instagram. We get more dopamine from a like on Instagram versus a hug in person, which is insane to me. But I get it. I get it. It makes sense. And so that's when the moderation with social media really, really comes into play, because you can easily get addicted to Instagram and Instagram likes and social media and everything like that. But I think with moderation, we can really figure out how beneficial it is. Like, my girlfriend recently posted a picture of us, and it also went on my Facebook wall or whatever it is. And family from Italy commented, because I'm Italian, and I'm like, whoa, I've never even met this person, but they're able to see that, I have a beautiful girlfriend, and I'm very happy. And I think that's awesome. I think it's amazing. And yeah, so number one, social media. I think it's powerful. I think it's amazing. I think it's fun. Now, number two. Number two is a little bit controversial. Now, number two is something that I've always said. If you followed me for a while, you'll know that I always talk about this, and it's overthinking. I have a best friend, and we're all shocked here. Joey Kidney has a best friend. I have a best friend, and he overthinks all the time. Like, he's such a Ross. We always call him the overthinker, and he's always kind of upset that he overthinks. And I try to tell him that it's not the worst thing ever. It's not a really bad thing. And I don't think he really understands why it's not. And so let me rephrase the word overthinking and call it controlled overthinking. So it's kind of like limiting yourself to your time on your phone, right? So limit yourself to your thinking process. Now, overthinking just means you care about something, and it could be really good, because I don't think it's bad to think about one thing more than the ordinary thing. So if you're remembering that, you're stressing about taxes, right? And you keep remembering and you keep thinking about taxes, and nobody wants to do that, and you're kind of getting upset about it, and that's okay. That's completely okay. But sometimes, when we overthink about something and it's always on our mind, it's because we have to take action to it. So maybe you forgot to pay your taxes. And I find that in the back of my head, subconsciously, I'm always thinking about something. And I'm like, why is it there? And it's usually because I have to take action with it. And so thinking about something more than something else isn't a bad thing. Okay? If you're an overthinker, don't think that you're like the worst thing ever. Okay? You care about something. It matters to you. So I think the question you have to ask yourself is, why does it matter? I don't think it's a negative thing, and I don't think we should think of it as a negative. So I hope that helps somebody trying to figure out why they overthink. It's probably because it's important to you, and you should address it, rather than just have it in the back of your mind all the time and have it bug you. It's a reminder that you might need to take action. Now, number three. This kind of goes with the social media one. This kind of goes with number one, but it's number three. And I actually did some research on this one. So having your notifications turned on is number three. So I read a little article on my on my news, which was on my social media, and it goes, at Google's recent Google developer conference, the company unveiled a host of features geared at curbing what is often called tech addiction. One of the new features offered an easy way to block notifications, so to turn off your notifications, which many people say that causes their anxiety, and stops them from being productive, because we get distracted by a notification. But there are no studies suggesting that snoozing notifications will help us feel better. In fact, when researchers attempted to solve the anxiety problem by muting them completely, it actually led people to feel more stressed, not less. And I completely understand this. When I say post something, when I'm waiting for a text back, I'm sitting there waiting, and I'm like, I want to know. And that's when we start overthinking. It's because we want to know something. It's something that's important to us. Now, if I sent out my text and it was an important text and I needed a response back, and I was waiting, but I knew I wasn't going to get a notification because my phone was off, I would feel more stressed. I apologize. I would feel more stressed because I'm never going to know. Like, I'm never going to find out. And I completely understand that. So literally, they did a study on it, and having your notifications turned off isn't any benefit to your day. Like, for some people, it works, and that's amazing. But if you're one of the people who likes to have your notifications turned on, then this is something that you might actually want to do, is keep them on. It's not necessarily turn them off. Now, before we go into 4 and 5, I want to say that this podcast is sponsored by Care Of, which is amazing. And what they are is a wellness brand that makes it easy to maintain your health goals with a customized vitamin plan. So I've been doing this for about 3 weeks now, and it's been awesome. It's been awesome. They send you basically this package, and it has its own little vitamins in each little package. And then every single morning I just take it out, and it's a nice box. It's aesthetically pleasing. I take it out and I open up my package, and all my vitamins are there. And so all you have to do is go to the website, answer their personalized online quiz, and it will recommend vitamins for you. So for me, I think I got iron, omega-3s, things to help me with a little bit of stress, things like that. And I've recently tried it, and it's like literally hassle-free. It comes in a box, and each packet contains the vitamins for each day. And it's perfect. It's so easy. And I also got some chill factor, little, basically just helps you chill out throughout the day, and it's little like sugar packets. And then I also got whey protein, which was amazing, and electrolytes and vitamins to maintain my health. And so that's what I got in my little box. It's so cool because it comes in a box, and it's like Care Of, and it's like, hello, Joey. And it's like, it gives you a little daily thing on each day. When you open up your vitamins, it gives you a little message, and it's like, hey, Joey, these are for you. And it's like really cute. It kind of makes you feel like you're special. But don't worry. I'm not going to just talk about this and not be able to give you guys a code or anything like that. So if you go to takecareof.com and you enter the code happytimes50, you're going to get 50% off your first Care Of order. So go over to takecareof.com and enter the code happytimes50, and I'll get you 50% off your first Care Of order. And I seriously, I don't want to recommend anything that I don't actually use and something that's not beneficial, but I do think, vitamins are really important as something that's a healthy bad habit. This is not bad at all. This is very healthy for you. And it is a habit that we should all, take care of. See, I didn't mean to do that, but I do think it's important to take care of ourselves and look out for ourselves, especially when you don't have your mother to do it there for you, because my mom's a nurse and she would kill me if I wasn't taking my vitamins. So I'm very happy that Care Of makes it so hassle-free and so easy. And honestly, they make their packages nice so it doesn't look like random pill bottles all over. And it's quite nice, and it's wonderful. So I would take advantage of the 50% off your first order, and I hope you go order something. If you do, send me a little message on Instagram. That'd be really cool to see. But now back to our list of the 5 healthy bad habits, and we're on number 4. Okay, number 4 is about working out. Now, I know a lot of people, if you're sitting here listening to this podcast, you can probably listen to things for a while, and timing you think has to be long. Like, a lot of people think like podcasts have to be long. A lot of people think that workouts have to be long. So number 4 is only working out for 10 minutes. A lot of people think that's doesn't really do anything, right? A lot of people think that you need to go for 50, 60-minute run. You got to be sweating, you got to be aching. Like, if you're not doing any of that, then you're not doing it right. And so recently I've been doing a lot of research because my girlfriend and I have been trying to, I've been trying to gain weight and muscle up, and she's been trying to lose weight and muscle up. And so I did a lot of research because our bodies are very different. I have a high metabolism, and I don't gain weight as easy. And her metabolism has lowered a little bit, and carbs affect her more than they affect me. For me, they work amazing. My body loves them. For her, her body loves them, and it gains a little bit more weight. And so we've been trying to figure out what's better for her. Is it to go on a big long run? And we started running, and she started feeling achy. She didn't feel that amazing. She didn't see too much of a change on the scale. And so we wanted to figure it out. So I did a little research, and I actually found out that HIIT workouts are better for your body. A 10 to 15 minute workout, or even a 7-minute workout, something that is a high intensity interval training, is actually better for your body, and you'll find that you'll lose more calories. So it's about doing jumping jacks, push-ups. What are those ones? Burpees. And doing stuff like that, and running sprints, and maybe going on a little run. You're allowed to do runs. You're allowed to do a 30-minute run, but it doesn't necessarily mean like that an hour run is going to be better for you. So I recently started biking, and I would go bike, and I would bike like 30K, and I'd come back, and I wouldn't be in any pain. After a run, I would be like, oh, I'm really sore. It's really hard on your body. But after a bike ride, I come home and I'm feeling great. And the difference is, on my run that took me hours to do, and I was going for so long, I come home, I'm sore, I look at my watch, and I've only burned 300 calories. I'm like, what? That's it? But I go for a bike ride for even less amount of time, and I come home and I burned over 1,000 calories. And I'm like, that's quite interesting. So there's different things. Like, a lot of people don't talk about the things that work for them. And the thing that worked for me was I like biking now. And what's actually I found that my body likes better is HIIT workouts. And my girlfriend loves HIIT workouts as well. So you don't need this large portion of your day to break it out and go to a gym and pay a lot of money and everything. You could do this at home and just put aside 10 to 15 minutes and just do a little workout. Like, search up on YouTube HIIT workouts, and they're actually really, really good for you. It keeps your heart going. It gets you sweaty. Trust me, it's going to kick your ass. It's going to be good. And I get up every single morning and I do a workout for 10 to 15 minutes, and my body loves it. I don't go to the gym. I don't work out for 40 minutes. I think the max I do is 30 minutes, and my body loves it. And I eat the right things, and then I'm also going for a run, or I'm going on a bike ride because I'm quite active, and I like doing that. But it also gives me a time to think about new podcasts and everything like that. But if you're stressing that you don't want to get involved in an hour workout, don't worry. Just search up HIIT workouts on YouTube and go try one, because they're actually really, really good for your body. Now, let's move on to number 5. Number 5 is taking a nap. So taking a break, basically. So recently on my Instagram, I was asking people, I'm like, how do I do all of these projects that I want to do? Like, I want to record for my Happy Times podcast on YouTube, but it's a lot of effort. And I want to record for my vlog channel, my main channel, Frankie's channel, do my TikToks, do my podcast, make music, do all of this stuff. And I find that I'm really going to stress myself out. And making a routine for yourself and giving yourself a lot of time to do certain things is really important. And so I think putting in a little time for a break or a nap is very, very important. Now, a nap does not mean sleep for an hour. A nap means sleep for the 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And what I like to call that is a power nap. And what that does, it allows you to recharge your entire body. So when we feel stressed, when we're not, like, there's no benefit for you to sit at your desk and try to study when you're feeling stressed, when you're thinking about something else, when you're not actually doing your work. There's no benefit to sitting there and trying to do that and acting like you're doing it. So why not? If you feel tired, if you feel stressed, go lay down for 20 minutes. Set a timer, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Even if you don't fall asleep. Naps are super, super beneficial though. They allow you to recharge, and it gets you more brain power, because you've been sitting here, and even though you haven't been working and you feel tired, you're like, why do I feel tired? It's because you've been overthinking about working. You're sitting there being like, oh my God, I need to work. Oh my God, I just gotta stop thinking, I need to work. There's no benefit for you sitting there thinking you need to do that, because then say you gotta work later, you're gonna be too tired because you didn't work and you were thinking about working. So take that time, go take your nap. I'm not saying over 30 minutes max. Then come back, try to work again, and see how that plays out. And those are my 5 things. 1, my 5 healthy bad habits: using social media, overthinking, having your notifications turned on, working out for 10 minutes, and taking a nap. Those are my 5 things, my 5 healthy bad habits that honestly have helped me live my day-to-day life. So I hope they help you too. And thank you very much to Care Of for sponsoring this video. Again, guys, go to the website. It's a really, really cool process too. Like, the survey is actually really, really cool. So even if you don't go through with it, definitely go to the website. Go to takecareof.com and enter the code HappyTimes50 so you can get 50% off your first Care Of order. And that would be amazing. If you do get something, definitely DM me. I definitely want to see, not necessarily what you get, but I just want to hear about it. and that'd be really, really cool. So thank you guys very much for listening and watching, and you guys are amazing. If you guys aren't subscribed to the Happy Times Podcast channel yet, go to YouTube and type in Happy Times Podcast, and I'll pop up. Make sure you subscribe, and thank you guys so much for everything. You guys are amazing. Stay you, stay beautiful, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Okay.